This one could have some pretty big implications for the NFC North. The Vikings head to Green Bay to take on the Packers in Week 12. Welcome back to the BetCanada channel. Katie Caldwell and Jeff Lloyd back with you today. Jeff, this is a pivotal stretch for the Packers. Their next 3 games are all against division opponents. What do you expect to see from them against the Vikings this week?
Well, for me, I think this is a little bit tougher spot for Minnesota because this is a loss for Minnesota. All of a sudden, this division that I think we all thought maybe 4 teams were going to be a part of,
Mm,
Minnesota might find themselves in a spot where it becomes really insurmountable and really where you're going to put yourself in a position where, like, I'm not going to say win out, but maybe only 1 loss, only maybe 2 more losses, or otherwise, they
yeah.
could be cooked here. Green Bay, can I just see a pretty weak? Can I
And a
get the
consistent week.
Yes, I mean, it did not go to the last snap against the New York
Mhm.
Giants and Jameis Winston. That is not the case, and that is not the way this team should be. That is not the way this team was perceived to be after they put together this Micah
Yeah.
Parsons trade. But one thing, and there's been issues obviously with this Green Bay offense, Jaden Reed apparently seems to be hinting like he's coming back. When you start putting out pictures of yourself in your uniform on social media,
Yeah.
that kinda tells me the time is coming, and I don't think anybody realized how important a player of Jaden Reed is until we
Mhm.
got to see an extended period for the Green Bay Packers without him. Christian Watson is healthy, and he's kinda really stepping in and flourishing here again. So if you can get Jaden Reed back here,
Mhm.
and they are so diverse in what they do, both have quickness, both have speed, sizes are different, the routes they run are definitely different. But now all of a sudden, that looks like a pretty solid combination, and you throw in the other guys, and of course, you have to factor in the fact that they lost probably their biggest playmaker for most of the season in Tucker Kraft. Jaden Reed could maybe be that spark that this offense is so desperately lacking when they lost Kraft, because
Mhm.
watching them last week, yeah, you won. Yeah, you scored some points. It's the New York Giants. It should have
Yeah.
honestly been a 31-10 ball game. It shouldn't have been down to the last snap of the game.
You're right. I think you can say the same about Tucker Craft as you can about Reed, where they don't realize how valuable he is until he is gone because he isn't just a blocking tight end. Like he was putting up points
Yep.
consistently for that team, which this all leads into my next question of what is the identity of this Packers offense right now? Because this feels like a team that week to week, I just don't quite know what they are or what to expect.
I don't in any way want to sound disrespectful to Jordan Love. But at 6-3-1, and you watch Green Bay enough, and there are times where I'm absolutely in love with Jordan Love as a quarterback. But there are times, and you go to that Philadelphia game, it's like you guys can't get anything done. I
Yeah,
think that the thing for me with Jordan Love is it's just too much roller coaster where it's up it, you know what I'm saying?
I
And
totally
I
agree.
think he needs to just become more consistent in what he does. They haven't run the ball nearly as well this year as they did last year with Josh Jacobs. It's
And
just
now
not
he's
as
injured and we
consistent.
don't know his status for this
That's the
week.
other thing. So now we're, basically, and the other guys that were bad, but they maybe that is one thing that's gonna either make us or break us on Jordan Love.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
gonna have to go through Jordan Love. And they're not really gonna have that fallback option of Josh Jacobs. So, you're a quarterback, you've got the big time contract extension, that's the position you wanna be in.
Yeah.
Well, it's, gonna be put up kind of a shut up time here. And the thing is, we can't even talk about them within the NFC because by far, we're not even done with the NFC North conversation.
Totally,
And
yeah.
it's gonna be a gauntlet here up until week 18 of just how these teams basically brawl it all out within that division.
On the other side of the ball, man, it's been a rough few games for JJ McCarthy, and we're seeing the frustration in their players with it right now, I feel. How do you see him matching up against this Packers defense?
This is and
Because I don't quite
I don't
know what the Vikings are either right now.
Alright, I'm gonna do it. I hate to be an "I told you so," but I'm going to be an "I told you so."
Let's do it.
We never knew anything about JJ McCarthy. We
And you and I have alluded to
anything.
that before.
Everybody spoke to him, "Oh, he could be the best division quarterback in this division." What? Not based on what? He played 2
Based on
tries
what?
last August in week 1 of the preseason. He's essentially a rookie quarterback. And if you look at the record, and I'd say that sounds about right for a rookie quarterback. He is learning on the job. Oh, he's got Justin Jefferson. Yeah, but if I'm playing the Minnesota Vikings, him taking away Justin Jefferson. Tell
But
me
then
that
you
you
still
can
have
work
weapons
2.
outside of him, like, you
Yes,
still
but you gotta be able to show me that you can process fast enough to get option 2, option
Right.
3, option 4, option 5, while you have the Micah Parsons of the world breathing down your neck. It's not a knock on JJ McCarthy, and I think that's where people are gonna get confused over what's going on with JJ.
Mm.
This is not an easy game. It is not an
No.
easy transition to come into the NFL and excel at the quarterback position. It is very difficult to do. I still don't know if JJ McCarthy is going to be a long-term quality starting quarterback in the NFL. And nobody knew. But the fact that everybody tried to prep him up there kind of just really did this young man a disservice.
Yeah.
It was an absolute, classes are pass or fail or incomplete. He was not even a pass or fail. He was neither because he wasn't enough to base any information that we had to determine what JJ McCarthy was. They're going to need to run the ball.
Yeah.
Minnesota's gonna need to play really good defense. You were on the road in Green Bay, Wisconsin in November.
In
You
November.
cannot expect JJ McCarthy to get you in there and get you out like he is a 10-year vet. He's going to need help. Guys cannot drop balls. Everything on you has to be caught. There is no difference between JJ McCarthy and any rookie quarterback ever. Just because he's in year 2 does not mean that he's still not a rookie. He did not play.
Quick pause. If you haven't subscribed to the BetCanada YouTube channel, you can do so below. It's free and it helps support our channel so we can keep bringing you NFL and NHL content. Now, back to the show. Words I am very surprised to be saying heading into week 12 of this season: the Bears lead the NFC North. It still blows my mind. Heading into the season, I could see three of the teams being in the mix, and then I felt like the Bears were still maybe a year away. And it was, oh, this division is just so tough that if they were in another division, maybe they could be in the running. They lead the NFC North. What are we going to learn about this division this week?
Well, I think this is gonna be the ultimate test for Chicago because the defense from Pittsburgh is still pretty good. We have
Mm,
no idea whether or not Aaron Rodgers is gonna be a part of that game. But the game is in Chicago, peaking it. There's really not gonna be a weather element to it, not that it would matter. Pittsburgh, Chicago, not much of a difference. Could be 55 degrees, which
mm.
means it's balmy in Chicago possibly on Sunday. But Chicago, the most important thing they don't do is get turnovers from their quarterback. Whatever people said about Caleb Williams last year, he did not turn the ball over. Caleb Williams still this year is not turning the ball over. How do you get yourself in position to get fourth quarter comebacks? By keeping yourself in the game, by not turning the
Not turning the
ball
ball over.
over. That is how you get to this spot. And Detroit may have more power, as we know. But if it doesn't click each and every week, it's not necessarily going to be there. But yes, I mean, we are now with 7 weeks of games left, sitting here with all four of these teams. And I think if you wanted to go to any betting site, they would basically give you odds like it was week one. Because
Yep.
there's really no way to necessarily know how these next few weeks shake it. Somebody's gonna get hot, somebody's gonna fall, somebody might get a serious injury. It's all like blind cards that get handed out, and nobody knows basically what hand they're gonna get dealt here. It's gonna be fascinating, the NFC North over the next 7 weeks.
Big time. Vikings Packers. Who wins this one? I want to lean Packers, but man, this Brian Flores defense will keep them in every single game, and I just don't know how much trust I have for the Packers offense against them. Who do you have?
Well, if we're trying to think here about teams that might just be bumping themselves out of the relative national conversation, Green Bay, you better win this game. Or you want to know what? You're going to
Yep.
become a team that nobody is going to talk about because you're going to have all the feels of maybe a wild card team that plays in that 4:15 time slot on Saturday, and their season is over before we get to the second playoff game of the season. Green Bay, it is time to put together a more consistent product.